Islam Makhachev has taken a dig at the current lightweight champion Ilia Topuria for not giving a title shot to the #1 ranked contender. Islam claims Ilia is avoiding Arman Tsarukyan. He points out that Ilia has even said online he would rather retire than fight Arman. Makhachev adds that Arman is on a strong win streak and is clearly the toughest test for the champion, making it obvious in his view that Ilia is ducking him. Earlier, Topuria dismissed the idea of fighting Tsarukyan, making it clear he didn't take him seriously as a challenger. He questioned Arman's reliability and argued that the matchup held no interest for him, even suggesting he would give up his title instead of accepting that fight.
Хотел задать вопрос Исламу. Считаешь ли ты Армана самым серьезным соперником для Ильи? И не кажется ли тебе, что Топурия избегает его?
Ну, что избегает, не секрет. Я уже видел там баталии в интернете, где он говорит, я лучше завершу карьеру, чем буду с ним драться. И я думаю на данный момент, что Арман набрал хорошие обороты, и это самый серьезный экзамен для чемпиона.
Ilia said, when you put so much effort into the game and you have a guy in front who you don't know if he'll even make it to the fight, that's not good for us. He said it's not his problem, he doesn't care. They're going to give Arman another fight before a title shot because there's no way he's defending against him. He declared, I'm the world champion. I'm never going to give him a chance to fight for the title. If that's the case, take my belt. I don't care. I won't do it.
Listen, when you put so much effort in the game and you have a guy in front who you don't know that maybe he could pull out from the fight, that's not something good for us. It's not on my back, bro. I don't care. They're gonna give him a fight before the title shot because there is no way. I'm the world champion. I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt. I don't do it.
However, Makhachev pointed out that the lightweight division makes the most sense with Topuria facing Tsarukyan. He sees Arman as someone who has already proved he belongs among the best and deserves the spotlight. In his opinion, Arman's skills and mentality could be enough to hand Ilia his first loss.
На твой взгляд, сейчас самый справедливый бой за чемпионство в легком весе между Илией Топурией и Арманом Царукяном?
Ну да, конечно. Если кто-то когда-то, не знаю, в истории страховал бой, делал вес, он всегда дрался почти. Ну, я не помню в истории, чтобы не давали бой. Арман сделал последний турнир вес, подстраховал бой, и я думаю, он должен быть следующий. Он доказал, что у него же была проблема с весогонкой, он доказал, что может спускаться, гонять вес, и я думаю, что это самый актуальный бой на данный момент.
У кого было бы больше всего шансов на победу?
Ну, я думаю, если честно, если Арман выйдет с правильным настроем, то он справится.
On the other hand, Paddy Pimblett expressed confidence about his improvements, saying he was sharpening his stand-up game with Topuria in mind. He admitted striking timing was a key focus, but reminded everyone that his grappling had always been his strongest weapon, comparing his ground control to how Khamzat Chimaev kept Dricus du Plessis stuck on the mat. Paddy said that although some days his striking timing feels off, his grappling always feels phenomenal. Once he gets someone down, they don't get up. He smothers opponents, controls them, makes them feel his weight, and adds damaging shots at the same time.
5 rounds in the bag there. My striking time doesn't feel there at the minute, to be honest. Last week my striking time felt good, and I've done 5 rounds with Luke, so it's just probably woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Obviously I've got to get that striking time better if I'm fighting El Chirizo. That's a lot what I'm going to work on, but my grappling always feels phenomenal. I just see in them rounds, lad, when I get people on the floor, they don't get up, lad. Smother people. Like Khamzat against DDP the weekend, once I get you down, I'm on top of you and I'm smothering you, lad. You're not getting up, lad. I'm controlling you. I'm making you feel my weight and making you feel some shots at the same time. That's the thing, lad, when I get on top of someone, you know.
Still, Ilia feels Paddy Pimblett is the easiest fight for him in the lightweight division. He looks at a matchup with Paddy as the simplest path to make a statement, believing it would allow him to dominate from start to finish while showing the huge gap in skill. Ilia said the fight would be exciting for the fans, and for him, it would be an opportunity to shine once again.
What is going on with Paddy?
With Paddy, all the fans around the world, I think that they want to see that fight. And at the same time, I have to be honest, I think it's one of the easiest fights that I could have in the lightweight division. I don't know, I can do with him whatever I want to do in reality. It's very excited fight for the fans.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna enjoy a lot the whole process and at the same time, it's a fight where I'm going to be able to shine once again.
Topuria is so confident against Pimblett that he predicts the fight won't make it past the first round. He even talked about picking a flashy submission just to entertain the fans, like finishing Paddy with a mounted triangle choke. For him, the fight is less about competition and more about exposing the difference in levels.
How would you win? When would you win? Give us some of that Ilia prediction magic.
Against Paddy?
Yeah.
I have to think about it. I promise you, I could like choose the way I want to finish.
First round?
Be like, that's for sure. He's not gonna stay there for more than one round with me. But I don't know, maybe it's gonna be cool to submit him in the ground with a triangle choke from the mount, something like that. Like, as I told him, put my in his forehead.
In response, Paddy Pimblett boosted the hype by claiming he could stop Topuria in dramatic fashion, comparing it to McGregor's quick knockout of Aldo. He joked about ending it within seconds, but insisted he'd rather drag it out to punish Ilia. He said he has dreams of finishing him early, but what he really wants is to beat him up for rounds, land dozens of elbows, disfigure him, and then finish him to make a statement.
I just think I'm his kryptonite, and people can laugh at me all they want when I say it, but I genuinely believe I'd finish him. I don't see him lasting 5 rounds with me. I genuinely believe I'd finish him. I keep having mad dreams that I finish him in like the first 10 seconds at Aldo, but that wouldn't be good enough for him. I'd want to beat him up for a consistent couple of rounds, hit him with over like 70 elbows, disfigure him a little bit, and then finish him.
Meanwhile, Arman Tsarukyan acknowledged Paddy Pimblett's abilities, but doubted he can succeed against elite competition. He feels Paddy can beat veterans or fighters on the decline, but against top names like himself, Ilia Topuria, or Makhachev, he stands no chance. Arman said Paddy is legit, but not at a top 5 level. He could beat fighters like Charles Oliveira now, or someone like Gaethje, but he will never beat Topuria, Islam, or Arman himself, who are all in their primes.
Do you think Paddy's good, or do you think he's just hype that's going to fizzle out at some point, or do you think he's legit?
He's legit. He's legit, but not like a top 5 fighter level. He can beat like a Charles, maybe now, because nowadays he can beat Charles. He can beat maybe Gaethje, but he never gonna beat Topuria, me, or Islam, who is on the prime right now. He can beat the people who is almost retired or lost fights.
Arman expressed full confidence that he could defeat Ilia Topuria. He pointed to his complete skill set and relentless wrestling as tools to neutralize the champion. His plan would be to take Ilia down, maul him on the ground, and finish him there, making sure Ilia cannot escape. He explained that his wrestling, ground-and-pound kicks, and strength make him a much more well-rounded fighter, while Ilia relies too heavily on boxing. In Arman's view, as long as he doesn't stay in Ilia's boxing range, there's no way Ilia could beat him.
I'm curious, tell us more about how you see a matchup with Topuria playing out.
I'm just take him down and hold him and just maul him. And I just finish him on the ground. And he's not gonna able to escape from me.
The wrestling and the takedowns are the key then.
Yeah, and my kicks, my wrestling, my ground and pound, and my strengths. Boxing, he's good on one thing, on the boxing. But me, wrestling, kicks, ground and pound, and like a control time.
So the more well-rounded fighter you believe is yourself.
4 versus 1, who's gonna win?
Sure.
If you're not gonna stay on his boxing distance, how he's gonna beat you? I don't know.
Charles Oliveira backed Tsarukyan as the rightful next opponent for Topuria, pointing to his #1 ranking. He recalled that Tsarukyan once had a title opportunity lined up, but had to step away due to injury, which in Charles' view only strengthened the case for giving him another chance now.
Dando esse espaço para disputar o cinturão, quem que você imaginaria que seria uma luta interessante e que causaria talvez uma dificuldade pro Topuria?
Cara, não vou te falar nem de dificuldade, nem interessante. Eu acho que o cara que merece isso é o Arman, o número 1 do ranking, então o Arman merece essa luta. Sabe, tá esperando ali, ele luta pelo título, teve lesão, saiu, então acho que...
UFC legend Daniel Cormier also firmly backed Tsarukyan as the rightful title challenger.
stressing that others in the division haven't matched his consistency. He said Arman has already proven he belongs at the top, and his run proves he is the clear option for the belt next. Cormier said, "I don't understand how anyone in this weight class can say they should get a title shot over Arman Tsarukyan. He was the #1 contender for the last year. He was in line to fight for the belt, but an injury stopped it. Today he stepped on the scale as a backup fighter and looked phenomenal. Arman should be next for the championship."
I don't understand how anyone in this weight class can say that they should get a title shot over Arman Tsarukyan. He was the #1 contender for the last year. He was in line to fight for the belt in Los Angeles, and then it didn't happen. It was because his back went out, right? Some people were saying it was a weight issue. Well, today he stepped on the scale as a backup fighter and looked in phenomenal shape. It just feels like Arman Tsarukyan should be next to fight for the championship.
Khabib Nurmagomedov also admitted Ilia Topuria stands little chance against Tsarukyan. He highlighted how Arman has grown into a complete fighter with smart distance management, effective kicks, and the ability to neutralize strikers. Khabib said Ilia has never faced a strong wrestler, only strikers, and believes wrestling would be the deciding factor. He gave Arman an 80-20 edge against Ilia, praising his size, strength, fight IQ, and constant pressure.
Давай предположим, что все случилось, Царукян с Топурией дерутся. Ты кого видишь фаворитом в этом бою?
Я не вижу шансов у Топури.
То есть ты считаешь, что
Я
Арман
ему
нападает,
подарки
да?
тоже не даю. Арман слишком дистанционно дерется. С ударниками держит дистанцию хорошо, ногами лучше работает. И сейчас уже Арман слишком хорошо. У него есть материал, который он может посмотреть и хорошо изучить. Если 3 боя назад, если он с ним дрался, может, он не так опасался. Но сейчас уже видно то, чего можно опасаться от Топури. Я считаю, что в данный момент лучший боец в легком весе это Топури.
Ты про Царукяна?
Да, я про Царукяна.
Выиграет он при этом за счет борьбы, правильно?
За счет ММА стиля.
Но
это не вольная борьба.
Но будет проходить, да?
Арман может повалить, у него хорошие локти в партере. Очень хороший локти. Может бороться, разбаривать, спину забирать.
А вот в эту опасную дистанцию с Топурией просто не зайдет.
Не зайдет, слишком уже есть бои, он уже может посмотреть, изучить. Я, например, 80-20, я вижу победителем Армана. Я считаю, что его борьба, его прессинг, его говорить, это тоже надо учитывать. Он выше него почти на 10 сантиметров, если не ошибаюсь. И он больше него весом, и в день боя он будет больше него. И, конечно, борьба, она всегда рулила. Особенно когда такие бои бывают.
At the same time, Khabib acknowledged the UFC may be hesitant to book the fight too soon because Ilia currently holds more star power. But he added that if Arman wins again, the UFC will have no choice but to give him the fight.
Все мы знаем, какая борьба у Холлоуэя и какая борьба у последнего Чарльза Оливера. У них ее практически нет. Они ударники. Они пошли на рожон и хапнули свое. А человек, который взял ногу, поборолся, взял корпус, поборолся.
Ну да, то, что
с такими он не дрался, он дрался со всеми ударниками. Волконовский не борется, другие не борются. Ну с кем он дрался? Просто назови хоть одного, хоть чуть-чуть, даже не 50%, который хоть 20% используют борьбу. Ну интересно бой будет. Я считаю, что, я знаю, что UFC опасаются, не хотят его так быстро убирать, Топурию. По-любому он как медийная личность в данный момент больше, чем Арман. Ну, если даже вылезет, что сейчас Арман, если один бой выиграет, куда его деть?
Да, деваться некуда будет.
Они же не могут его спрятать.
Daniel Cormier pushed back against Khabib's 80-20 claim. He argued that only rare fighters like Khabib himself or John Jones can realistically be given that kind of dominance over an opponent. Cormier said there is no fighter in the world who could beat Ilia Topuria 8 out of 10 times. Renato Moican dismissed Arman Tsarukyan as an overhyped contender and doubted his ability to compete with Topuria. He predicted Ilia's power and aggression would overwhelm Arman, adding that beyond fighting, Arman isn't the type of person fans would connect with outside the cage.
Arman Tsarukyan, eu não acho ele bom do jeito que a galera fala. Eu acho que o Topuria ia fuder ele. Eu não tenho nada contra ele, mas eu também não gosto dele, entendeu? Eu não tenho nada contra ele. Não é um cara que eu seria amigo, entendeu? Não é um cara que eu seria amigo. Porque, eu não sei, eu acho ele arrogante, entendeu? Eu acho ele arrogante. Eu não gosto de pessoas que se acham melhores do que as outras, entendeu? Porque você pode ser melhor do que outra pessoa, certamente.
Din Thomas argued that Tsarukyan is the toughest test for Topuria, crediting him with sharper distance control and superior wrestling compared to Paddy Pimblett. He said Ilia would likely have little trouble against Paddy if the fight went to the mat, but expected Paddy to be chosen first because of his popularity and his ongoing rivalry with Ilia. Din said if it's about competition, Arman is 100% the toughest matchup. He explained that Arman has better range control, faster takedowns, high kicks, scrambling ability, and versatility, while Paddy would just pull guard and likely get dominated on the ground.
Who is the most likely to get the title shot?
I think Paddy is still most likely to get it right now. He's just gonna have to be fair with the number.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be. Who's best suited to be the most competitive with Topuria out of those
Arman.
three? Gaethje, Paddy, or Arman?
Arman.
That's what I thought too.
Arman, 100%. Here's why. Paddy might kick better. They might be close in that, but I think Arman will understand the range a little better, and he shoots better. I think he shoots better than Paddy. Yeah, I think Arman does the best against him just because he'll kick more high kicks, and he'll use the range a little better on the outside and shoot faster.
And scramble better.
Yeah, and scramble better. Paddy will just pull guard, and Ilia might even dominate him on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I thought the same thing.
Javier Mendez also views Tsarukyan as the one opponent who could truly trouble Topuria. He believes Arman would lean on relentless wrestling rather than striking, creating problems others haven't. While he respects Ilia's skills, especially his defense against Charles Oliveira, he still thinks Arman's constant pressure on the ground could be a unique test for the champion.
Arman Tsarukyan would be the one that, in my opinion, might give him the most problems because Arman's not going to stand with him. Arman's going to make it a grappling war. So it's going to be a war of nutrition. Can Ilia survive the continuous ground attack that Arman's going to put on him? And that would be the test. Can he do that? I don't know. Maybe he can. I mean, look what he did to Charles. Charles came in for the takedown. He freaking switched it on him midair. That was very impressive, man.
So that's all we have from today's video. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Is Ilia Topuria really ducking Arman Tsarukyan? Or should Paddy Pimblett be next in line? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates on this highly anticipated showdown.